morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 23rd. My name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome, everybody. This is my knitting vlog, mostly. We just talk about knitting, little life stuff. So we're going to dive right in. Before we get totally going, though, I do want to apologize if you hear a bunch of coughing in the background. My husband is at home with a cold in the other room, and he's coughing a lot. So just, life happens while I record, so bear with me, okay? All right, let's dive in. If you hadn't heard, I, along with Mandy On from Diary of a Sweater Knitter, Mandy Von Knits, that's her channel is Diary of a Sweater Knitter, but her Ravelry is Mandy Von Knits, so just keep that in mind. But we are hosting the Yarn Stash Smash 2026, and we both have pages up on our Ravelry groups where you can chat about it, and you can post finished objects, knit, or not only knit, crocheted, machine knitting, sewing, any fiber crafts, spinning, any of that, okay? Finished objects created from items in your stash. So both Mandy and I have large stashes, and we are trying to use up our stash so we can buy new yarn in 2027. All right. We also, in addition to our Ravelry pages, we also have a website with all the rules, and that is yarnstashsmash2026.com. Go on there, you can read all the rules. There's links to both of our Ravelry pages, and we hope you join along. We will be doing quarterly drawing for prizes for finished objects, so come join us. We're having a good time. All right, let's get on with some finished objects. I have a hoe, so let's show you what it is. Here it is, and let me get a sock blocker. Hang on. All right, so this is my vanilla toe-up sock. I like toe-up socks, 56 stitches. And it is knit with Wool Addicts, hang on, let me look, Wool Addicts footprints that I had in my stash from July 2023. So that's not a whole lot of time. I have older yarn, but still needed to be used. This is a cotton wool nylon blend. It is lovely, I love it. I have not cast on the second one yet, but I will be doing that. It has a heel flap, but you do the heel flap differently because since you're knitting toe up, and it takes a little bit more, it just, oh, there's my husband, but it does not, I still have to read the instructions basically to do a toe up heel flap, but I can do it. This is for me. This sock will be staying with me. It fits great. I knit a little shorter as far as the leg here because it feels more like a summer weight sock. I could wear it in the winter, but it felt like it's something I'd probably want to wear in the summer. So a little shorter leg is what I opted for. So I have not cast on the second one, but I'm going to, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. Today's kind of the plans for me to knit all day today didn't happen, so I'll tell you about why in a while when we talk about life stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get it cast on the second sock in the next day. Hopefully, I hope. All right. So super happy with this yarn. Super happy with the fit. All of it. So yes. One hoe. So, all right, take that off. Oh, it's just living in my Woolens and Nosh 2025 advent bag. She did a mystery skein of yarn, and the yarn came in this bag with just the tail sticking out, and then you knit a color a day. I cheated and looked and knit the whole thing. We're that kind of knitter here. All right, next up, I have kind of another finished object, but not really. A lot of you know that I am trying desperately to knit some bunting for my office/craft room, because behind you is a window and over behind me is another window, and both have curtain rods and no curtains because we have blinds. But I thought it would be neat to do some bunting and knit bunting. So I'm slowly knitting these little bunting flags. So I got another one done. They take about 7 grams of yarn. I have all of 2 so far. This one's a little bit smaller than this one, but they're different patterns as far as they're both the Swatchtastic by Tin Can Knits. It's a free pattern, but within that pattern there's 3 different patterns that you can choose from. So they're 2 different patterns. So this one, if you hold them up, I'll show you. There, it's a little bit smaller, but it's still going to work for what I have in mind. So yes, there it is. I left this blocking on the dining room table the other day, and my daughter said, "Are you knitting a thong?" It's like, no. Although that did give me an idea, but no, I'm not knitting a thong. But yes, that's what she thought it was. I am just knitting all of these out of scrap yarn or Advent minis. So these will be entered in the, there is a huge, hang on, I'm going to tell you the name of it. I want to make sure I get the right one. So here I go. The Giant Mini Mal 2026, which is hosted by Courtney at Pearls of Parmadice. She is working, she's got a couple different mals going on. The mini mal is to use up minis or scraps of yarn. And so I'm doing that with these because I have a lot of minis. And she also has a make along if you're making garments. So you should go check her out. I really enjoyed her channel. I can't remember, I think it was my friend Shauna over at Shauna's Stitches told me about Courtney's channel, and I love her channel. It's great. She works in a library. I'm not sure if she's a librarian or what. So in addition to talking about all of her crafty things, she also gives great book talks. So yes, go check her out. I really I've been enjoying watching her channel. But she is doing the mini mal, the Giant Mini Mal 2026. So that's what these are being entered in. And I actually have all these minis in here in my Boston Terrier bag, but I'm gonna be knitting more of them out of there. And I'm just casting on, and doing one, as I have time, which I don't have a lot of time, obviously, because it's gonna take me a while. All right, moving right along. Let's talk about the socks that I did not get a lot of knitting on. I really need to get these done because I've decided I'm going to go ahead and gift them despite one mistake. And the person I'm giving them to is going to be in town next month. So these are the Vanilla Bean Sock by Kayla Litton, who's also the Crazy Sock Lady. And it's a cuff down, and 56 stitches is what I'm knitting. I'm knitting it with some Advent yarn from Chromatic Yarns. The yarn is from, December 2023. So again, not the oldest yarn, but needed to be used. One of my goals this year is to use all of my Advent yarn that I have been collecting over the years and never using. It's quite a bit. So I've told myself if I don't use all this yarn, then I will not be getting any more daily Advents next year, or I guess this year in December. So yes. So this is what the sock looks like so far. I finished the heel. I just did heel flap and gusset, and yeah, it's beautiful. There is some stellina in there, and I love it. It's gorgeous. I have 3 more sock sets from this Advent that I need to use, and at least one of them I'm going to use to knit another pair of these that I'm going to keep for myself. So these, as you'll recall, a few weeks ago, I cast these on as part of the Yarn and Yarns 12 cast-ons, and Ange at Yarn and Yarns is doing 12 cast-ons in January, and I had no intentions of participating, and then I got sucked in, and now I'm totally obsessed with it. I'm loving it. But I cast these on as part of that, and I accidentally, right there, you'll see it, I knit with the tail. And so there's a little loop there, and I'm not cutting it. I'm going to tack it down. I'm going to take care of it so I can gift these to a friend who is going to be here next month. And she's actually my daughter-in-law's friend, but she loves knitted socks, so that's why she's getting these. All right. All right, next up. Oh, as long as we're doing socks, I'll do one more sock for you. All right, 2 weeks ago, I think I cast this on. I just have not gotten much done on it, and I feel bad. I feel like 2 socks I can at least make good progress on. 3 socks might be a bit much. So one of them's always going to be kind of lagging behind, basically. But, that's fine. It'll get done eventually. All right. This is West Yorkshire Spinners. Rum Punch is the yarn. It's beautiful yarn. The pattern is Tin Can Knits Rye Sock, and that's all I've got done. I think last time I showed you, okay, well, according to this, I've only knit 3 rows. Where that stitch marker is to there is all I knit. So this needs some love in the next week. So I will, we'll talk about that when we get a little further into it on what I'm going to do now that I've got all these cast-ons. So, all right, hang on. My work computer is trying to go to sleep, and I'm trying to keep it up. I'm not working, by the way. Today, it's my day off, but it is really kind of cold and dreary out. Cold as in like in the 20s, and very overcast and very dark out. So I'm using my computer screens, because I have a few of them, to brighten up things in this room. So hang on, I'm just gonna make sure that they don't go to sleep. Okay, they're back. All right. Yes, so this sock, I'm not sure if it's a gift or what, but I need to give it some love this week. All right, next up. Last week, I cast on a Musselburgh hat as one of my 12 cast-ons, and I made the top. And I'm done with the increases on the top. That's as much as I got done. So I now am just going to be knitting until it's a long tube, and then I'll do the bottom. So, but the Musselburgh is a great mindless knitting project. Once you get past the cast on, basically, the cast on is terrible. I hate that. It's a pinhole cast on. Mine is not the best. But I'm going to try to get this done before I go out of town in late March, because I would like to take this with me. I am knitting this with the Glacier National Park yarn from Mustache Yarn, and I have 2 50-gram skeins, and they're wound up both, and yeah, very happy. And I've made a few of these Musselburghs. I knit them on a size, what is it? 3.5 millimeters, so US 4 needles. And I knit the adult medium. So I like a little slouch to my hat. And this seems to work. I knit the same needle, the same circumference for everyone that I make these for, and they love them. So yes, very happy with it. All right, so this one did get love, so, little. Okay, let's move on. Oh, this one. This was not part of my cast on, my 12 cast on. So this is the only remaining whip from 2025 that I carried over. I carried over another one that we'll talk about in a bit, but it didn't survive. So, but here it is. This is my daughter-in-law's sweater, cardigan. It's her snowbird cardigan. Hang on here, it's a bit twisted. It is currently not attached to any yarn because I finished the both sleeves. So right now it is, hang on, I'll put it the right way for you. We have 2 sleeves. Oh, look at that. That ball right there is some yarn that's still attached. I just stuck it in this sock yarn, this yarn sock, and then attached it to the stitches, or the pin that is holding the live stitches, because it was driving me nuts as I was knitting the sleeves. So there that is. Yes, my daughter-in-law has tried it on and it fits, and so now I just need to knit the body. So yeah, that's a lot of knitting still to do, but I'm up for the challenge. So I would like to get it done in the next month or so. I told you all last week, my daughter-in-law is pregnant. She's in the very early stages of her second pregnancy. Yeah, I guess that's it, pregnancy. But I'd like her to be able to wear this before this winter is over, and before she gets like too big to wear it. So yes, I would like to get it done soon. But yes, this is knit with Malabrigo Rios in the colorway Scorpio, and it is a lovely yarn. Love it. It's a worsted weight yarn, so it's more like a jacket. Like you would wear this, you know, as kind of a jacket outside. It does not have buttons on the front though, so it's just an open cardigan, kind of like what I'm wearing here, which by the way I did not knit. So yeah, but it's warm, it's soft, it's all the things. So this was originally a Christmas, yeah, it was a Christmas gift and then a birthday gift. Of course, her birthday's only 5 days after Christmas, so it's the second one I've knit because I knit the first one and I did not like the construction, so I ripped it out and started again and started doing what I want it to do as opposed to what the pattern wanted to do, which when you do that, it never turns out great, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be okay. All right, let me put this away. Which bag is it? Okay. Let's see here. All right. We're getting there. Okay, another cast on from last week that it was one of my 12 cast ons for the Yarn and Yarns year-long make-along. And this is a rocket tee for me. And here it is. I am still in the yoke. I'm about halfway through the yoke. It's beautiful. It's fingering weight. It will be joined in the round and be a V-neck sweater. So this is actually the back of the shirt. It's a short sleeve t-shirt made out of fingering weight yarn. I am using Blackbird Sycamore, but hang on, let me see if I have the name. Yes, it's Blackbird Sycamore. The blue, that blue is Glacier, and then the white with the blue is Moonstone. And I won that from Mandy Von Knits, Diary of a Sweater Knitter. And I actually won a gift card from Blackbird Sycamore, and I saw this yarn and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna knit myself a rocket tee. So very excited about this. This is going really well despite not having a great amount of knitting time this week, but I did it. I put the little the stitch marker there so you will know where I was this week and then where I end up next week. So I knit quite a bit on this yesterday though, so I got a good chunk. So very happy with it. I thought that knitting a fingering weight t-shirt was going to take much longer. It probably still will because it's me, but I have really been enjoying that knitting, so it might not take as long as I thought. So, which is not a bad thing, right? Okay. Next up, last week, another thing I cast on, one of my 12, which, by the way, if I cast on everything that I have on my list, it's going to end up being 13. This all, I'm telling you, like, I had no plans on participating in it. Ange, if you're watching, no plans whatsoever, but you sucked me in, okay? Actually, I blame her, I blame Karen at Recreational Knitting, because the two of you just sold it to me. So, all right, this was the other cast on from last week. Ignore, there's a stitch, that stitch marker, I'm like, I don't know why it's there, because that's not, yeah, okay. Let me tell you what it is. This is the Halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And I am, oh, I just found a mistake. Do I need to drop down? Yes, I'm going to have to drop down and fix that. Okay, I won't show you. But this is the Halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I chose to do the turtleneck version, but I might give up and just do the mock turtleneck because I'm only halfway on this turtleneck. It's been a week. It's okay. I mean, it's just, you know, doing this kind of knitting is really easy knitting, but yeah, I just don't have time. So yes, it is knit with Rowan Moordale, which is a wool alpaca blend, and that's the main color. And then the fish, the halibut itself, I'm going to be knitting with this beautiful alpaca, pure alpaca, that I got in Scotland in, when was it? Hang on, gotta check and see. I got this alpaca in 2022 from a shop on the Isle of Skye. It wasn't even a knitting shop. The guy owns like an alpaca, like he owns a farm and he has a little shop where he sells the alpaca wool and alpaca items and things from them. So I bought 3, I can't remember, but these are 100% alpaca from Frank the Alpaca. Yes, so souvenir yarn, beautiful. It's just a natural, it's not dyed or anything, super soft. So the halibut will be made out of that. So I had said I wanted to get this done before I went on my trip also, so I could take it with me. But the reality is that's not, like, the trip is happening, but the sweater is not going to be done by the time I go. So yes, just being honest with myself. All right. Hang on here. All right, let's talk about what I'm casting on this week. These will be cast-ons number 9 and 10. And I had one of these things. Well, I'll show you the first thing. Hang on. This was not even on the list when I started making the list. Yeah, and for the make-along that I wasn't planning on participating in, yeah. But I made it, and or I'm gonna cast it on. This is the Melt the Ice hat pattern by Paul Neary. So this is a gift pattern that Mandy gave me. Mandy from Mandy Von Knits, a Diary of Sweater Knitter. And it's a kind of a, it's a protest hat, but without being too in your face. It doesn't have any swear words. It doesn't say ice on it anywhere, but it's a beautiful hat that I'm gonna put up a picture somewhere here. I don't know where, but it was a way to protest the Nazi occupation. These hats were worn as a way to protest, but kind of silent protest. And then they were banned once the Nazis figured out Yeah. So I am going to knit, definitely knitting one. I might knit more. But out of this Stranded Dye Works, this is the Merino DK, and the colorway is Red Velvet, and it is gorgeous. These hats are meant to be red, so I went through and was like, I have a few different types of red, but I was like, I need something to do with this beautiful yarn that I love. And I have a friend that is actually, she's a coworker, and she lives in Minnesota, and she's like in the middle of St. Paul, so she is really in the thick of things, if you know what's going on here in the US. And it's been really stressful for her, as you can imagine. It's stressful for all of us, even those that don't live in Minnesota. But if you live in the US, it's stressful. So I wanted to do something for her. She made the mention that, you know, when things happened, that when Renee Good was killed, overnight, things escalated, and she made a comment the next day saying that she felt like she had aged 20 years overnight, just the stress of all this. And I've been we talk every day at work, and I just want to do a little something for her to make her know that even though, you know, I'm in Colorado and she's in Minnesota, just let her know I'm just thinking of her. So I'm making her the Melt the Ice hat, and I'm gonna wind this up probably right after we get done chatting here, and I'm gonna cast it on probably tonight, but we'll see. I've had a weird day, so I'll tell you about that after. But yes, that yarn is gorgeous. When Jude from Stranded Dye Works was closing up his shop, he had a sale of all of his remaining yarn, and I was able to get 3 skeins of this. Not enough to make a sweater, but enough to make 3 of these hats. At least. So yeah, I'm gonna make one and see if I like the pattern, and maybe make some more. But yes, so I'm gonna make that for my friend Melissa, and just a little something to let her know that I'm thinking of her. And thank you, Mandy, for giving me that pattern. That was really sweet of you, and it's gonna come in handy. All right, so that will be cast on number 9. Cast on number 10. All right, I'm not going to take all these out of this bag, or out of the plastic bag, so you're going to hear crinkling, okay? I've got them separated by color family. So these are another Advent that I got in 20... Okay, I have no idea when I got this. It's not on here, is it? No, it's not on here. Can't tell you. There's my computer again. Okay, but I have 24 of these beautiful minis from Chromatic Dye, Chromatic Yarns in the UK. They're BFL, Blueface Leicester, High Twist, and I have, if you count everything, it's about 2,100 yards. So I have enough with a contrasting color to knit either a Radvent sweater or a confectionery cardigan. I had really been obsessing, here's some more of them. I'd been obsessing about the Radvent cardigan, and then I was watching Shauna on Shauna's Stitches, and she made, and I think she's still in the process, but I have not watched this week's episode, so I need to check. But she is making the confectionery cardigan by, this designer just goes by Margaret. So she has a last name, I'm sure, but just, I only have Margaret written down. So yeah, if she has a full name, I'll put it down below, okay? But she is making this confectionery cardigan. And the problem with the Radvent cardigan for me is that I'm tall-ish, 5'7", and the Radvent cardigan is a cropped sweater. I'm of that age and body shape that I don't want anything cropped. So Shauna, who is taller than me, is making the confectionery cardigan, but she lengthened it and took detailed notes and posted them on Ravelry and then offered to help me if I get in a jam, like walk me through how to fix it. So I was like, I'm gonna switch because I don't want to have to figure all that stuff out with the Radmint cardigan to make it longer. So this cardigan, if you go look at Shauna's, you'll see how gorgeous it is. So I'm gonna make one too. So the contrasting color I'm using is this Arcane Fiberworks. Now here is the issue. I have told myself that I have one loose ball here, I don't know why. I have told myself that I am not buying yarn unless it's to finish a project or if I'm traveling this year. So I don't know, and I need to look at the pattern closer. Sorry for the crinkle. I know I have enough of the Admint yarn, but I don't know if I have enough of this, so I need to double check, and if I don't, I might give in and get another skein of this. Maybe. Look, this is, well, I may not even need to. I don't know. But I'm just saying that if it comes down to it, I will. So this is Canadian yarn. So I can get it shipped to the US. It will cost a little bit more, obviously. But yeah, if I have to, I will. So yes. All right, so those are going to be the cast-ons for this week, and I had planned on casting on today, both of them, and just working nonstop. Sorry for the crinkle, but that didn't happen, so we'll see how much I get done. All right, what else? That will also be part of the giant mini mal that Courtney at Pearls of Parmadice is hosting, so go check that out. All right, so that's it. Let's see, other knitting news. Oh, okay, so back at the beginning of the month I showed you my incredible blanket from Pearl Soho that I had cast on a few years ago, and I had made a mistake on it, and I needed to, it had been in the naughty corner for the last 2 years or so. I was going to fix it. I was messing around with it. It's a form of brioche that I had never heard of before. I'm not super skilled with brioche. And it's been sitting in my living room, and every night I would be like, oh, I should work on that. And every night I was like, I don't want to work on that. I'm not enjoying that. So finally I decided, you know what? There are too many other blanket patterns out there to knit on a blanket that I've lost interest in. So I'm frogging that blanket and I will be casting on a different blanket with it that we'll most likely talk about next week, but we'll see. Okay. Next thing, what else? Oh, Karen at Recreational Knitting is doing Finish It February, so go check out. She posted, I want to say it was yesterday, a video mentioning it, and she's got a group on Ravelry, and yeah, finish projects in February. So she's already finishing some of her 12 projects that she cast on. I plan on getting 1 or 2 things done in February, so I'm gonna partake, and you all should too. Yes, she will be giving away some yarn, so I need more yarn. No, I don't. All right. Finally, what else? I'm just trying to see what other yarny stuff. The only other thing that came up is that I had my niece. She is going on a family cruise with her husband's family, and there's a big group of them. She asked me last weekend if I would knit hats for all of them. They're going to Alaska. She wanted me to knit all these hats for them, and as much as I was really touched that she would think that I'm good enough to knit hats for all these people, I had to turn her down. I just felt like I have too much going on. I work full time. My grandson lives around the corner. I have all these cast-ons. And I was like, if it were any other year, I would try to help her out, but I just don't need that added stress. So I did turn her down, but I was really touched that she had asked, and she understood. She was like, she understood that it was a real short amount of time because it was I think they're going in May or something, and I'm gonna be gone for like 2 weeks. So she, it just, there was no way it was happening, but yeah, just no. All right. I hate it when people ask me to knit things. I would rather just knit them things because I want to, not because they asked. So that's also part of it, but I didn't tell her that. I don't think she watches, so no. All right, let's move on to life stuff. If you're not sticking around, I do ask that you like and subscribe. Don't forget to go check out my Ravelry page if you want to join in with Mandy and I in the Yarn Stash Smash 2026. You can double dip. You can enter in my Ravelry. You can enter in Mandy's. Yeah, drawings quarterly, people. Okay, I'll be giving away yarn for my stash. Yeah, maybe a few other goodies. All right. Life stuff. Okay, if you're going away now, that's fine. Okay, the rest of you sticking around. So I only worked a 4-day week this week. I had to count how many days. That's pathetic. I was off because I worked Monday. I got to pick another day off, so I took yesterday off. I did my workout. I did a little bit of shopping. I moved my workout from today because I usually go do Pilates on Fridays. I moved it because of this cold front that we have. I did not want to be out in like temperatures in the 20s. That just 20 Fahrenheit or, I was like, no reason to go do anything in that. So I freed up all of today with the plan that it'll be cold. I'll just like camp out on the couch and do a bunch of knitting, maybe, bake or, stuff like that. Well, this morning at 7:40, I slept in, which I never do, but I just gotten up and my daughter-in-law messaged me and asked if I was up, asked if my husband could babysit because he does babysit our grandson 2 days a week. Today's not his day. His other grandma babysits him, but the other grandma could not stay today, so she was there already, but she had to leave. So my husband, because he's sick, was like, he can't do it. So she asked if I would do it, and so I did that. I babysat Atticus all day, and it was fine. He is such a delight. He's 2 and just jabbering away, and very, like, his imagination is just flourishing. So we had a great day, and yeah, I did not get any knitting done today, and I wasn't even going to record. I was going to push it off till tomorrow, but I was like, just go ahead and record, and then tomorrow you can sit on the couch and knit. So yes. All right, actually tomorrow I can't sit on the couch and knit though, because I have to take my little dog, one of my little dogs, my Shih Tzu, has a grooming appointment, so I have to bundle her up and take her out in the cold, but that's a couple hours and then I'll be back to knit. And I may just go sit at a coffee shop and knit and then go pick her back up, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to take a sip of water. Yeah. Atticus, my grandson, loves it when you read to him. Like, I had to read, I must have read like 20 books to him. That's why my voice is like sounding squeaky now. All right. Other life stuff. Not a whole lot. Trying to think. Was there anything? Nope. My boring life. No, I work at home. I only really go anywhere once a week when I go to the Pilates. Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you about my grocery shopping. So usually my husband does the grocery shopping, but he was sick. And my whole thing is, why are we going to the grocery store when we can have groceries delivered? So every now and then I will do that. I will just put my foot down and say groceries are being delivered. So I did that yesterday because he was obviously not going to go to the grocery store. And I was like, we'll just have groceries delivered. So I just go about ordering all these groceries. And they came this morning. One thing I have to order every week, or that we have to buy every week, are bananas. Because my dog loves bananas. My Boston Terrier loves bananas. So we usually get like a week's worth of bananas. So like 6-7 bananas, right? He gets just a little, don't worry. He just eats, my husband eats a banana every day and gives my dog some. So I am just quickly ordering because I had other things to do. And I was like, okay, I'm going to order 6 bananas. And then, I hit the button 6 times. You know where this is going. I ended up, the groceries came, my husband's helping me because I had to go babysit, so he's emptying them. And at first I was like, oh, I ordered too many bananas. So I took like maybe about 6, I ordered like 6 more, I thought, than we needed. So I ordered 12. He was still emptying the bags though. And so I took the 6 over to Atticus. And then when I came home after babysitting, there are 6 pounds of bananas sitting on my kitchen counter. Luckily, they're all green. So I figure I can do like banana pudding, banana bread, banana muffins, all that. But yeah, we have an abundance of bananas at my house. So if you need any and you're in Denver, let me know. Okay. I thought it was pretty funny though. I also apparently ordered 2 dozen eggs as opposed to a dozen. I know what it is. I ordered, I go in there, I click the things that I think we're going to need every week, and just preparing myself that I'm going to do a order as opposed to my husband going. And I leave them in there and I forget that I've already put them in there. And so I add more. Yeah. But in this case with the bananas, it was totally because I thought I was just getting 4, 6 or whatever bananas, and I instead did 6 pounds. Yeah, okay. Bananas are good. I like bananas. All right, the dog's gonna be so happy. All right, let's move on to reading and watching because this is getting long. All right, reading. I finished the book The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. It was okay. I just don't know why I did not get into it. It just didn't appeal to me as much as I thought it would. Basically, this family runs a summer camp in upstate New York, and the family's son, years before this main story, had disappeared and never had been found. And then years later, their daughter, and they live in a house up the hill from the camp. Their daughter is adamant that she wants to go to camp, so they let her go, and she ends up missing too. And so it's this story. It's jumps back and forth in time. I think that's part of why. Yeah, I don't know. I just was not totally into it. The writing is good. It's fine. The story is good. It just, for whatever reason, I was not 100% on board with this story. I don't know why. So, all right. There's my book talk. All right. TV-wise, what have we been watching? We did start something, and what was it? No memory. It's gone. It was something on Netflix, I think, but I can't tell you what it was. That's how non-impactful it was. No, wait. Let me think, because we did watch a few episodes. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, though. Isn't that awful? It's Jude Law and Jason Bateman. Whoever did Ozarks, it's that guy. And Jude Law. And Jude Law plays this very successful restaurateur, and his brother, who's kind of a total, kind of the black sheep of the family, shows up in town, and goes from there. And just the drama that comes with it. And I don't want to give too much away. It's good. It actually, whichever Bateman that is directing a lot of them. And I think actually a lot of it is really like Laura Linney, who was in Ozarks, also was directing some of them. So in between like the scenes, they do this thing where they show a little like symbol or logo that kind of hints at what's going to happen next, like they did in Ozarks. So it's like that. So it's pretty good. Not as good as Ozarks, but still good. Yeah. I don't know if they'll turn that into a long series or if it's just like a mini series. Who knows? All right. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because it is getting long. Next week, I will do my final cast-ons. I don't know if I will cast on a total of 12 or a total of 13. I now have cast-on-itis. Thank you very much. But yes, come back and remember about Yarn Stash Smash 2026. And have a great week, everybody. Bye.